We've seen everything trade these days with XRP. A lot of it's because of Trump becoming the new president and a few government orders that he simply signed. I want to go through this. We just had Ripple launch a Q4 2024 report, which we're going to stroll via. If you don't, thoughts, hit subscribe, so that way I recognize which you like these XRP videos, and also you need to see more of them. Also, if you need to exchange XRP, if you feel under-allotted toward XRP, and also you need to open a few lengthy positions, or perhaps you observed it is overrated, perhaps you need to short it, there is a link to Weeks beneath the video. You can begin trading in only a few minutes because they don't KYC. You do not want a VPN. They also have a pretty sweet deposit event happening right now, in which you get rewarded with unfastened USDT only for depositing at the platform. And also you get lower fees as nicely proper now at some stage in this time period. So without a doubt, check this out. This is one of the locations that I want to change on. As you may see, we are up substantially in quite a few positions, which include an XRP roll. That's up 126%. So in reality, take a look at this out, especially in case you want to get in before the following massive move up in XRP. Now let's take a look at the market right now. By the man, if you want to ask us questions, in case you want to invite me questions or someone, it really has been buying XRP for the higher part of a decade, much longer than I've even been in crypto. You can take a look at the hyperlink to the Patreon underneath the video. Joe's supporting me run that, and he's been buying crypto for over 10 years and been buying XRP for more than one cycles. Now, we just noticed a bit of a dip in the marketplace. I'm now not sure while you're watching this precisely, but the VIX spiked up on information of price lists on Canada and Mexico and China beginning the following day. But permit zoom out and observe wherein XRPs come from. Well, there might be a little bit of uncertainty right now in the quick term about various such things as XRPs come a long way. Q4 XRP markets report simply came out, and it's miles juicy. It's juicy. It's on Ripple's page. It's on their website. Let's simply go through some of the important highlights from this ultimate cycle, or this remaining sector. What they say, after years of market manipulation by using the SEC, XRP desires the second maximum precious digital asset, rebounded because the regulatory overhang eased, surging by 280% in Q4. A lot of people are like, I get two distinct groups of human beings. One group of people, this is like, man, this issue is no longer transferring in any respect. This is so dull. And then once I say, I factor out that there are human beings that suppose that, which you ought to just zoom out. Other human beings are like, it is completed loopy nicely over the past couple of months. I don't even realize what you are speaking approximately. Who's loopy sufficient to say that it's no longer shifting? Yeah, you need to zoom out and just look over a pair of months proper. You can't invest and simply assume something's going to retain to go up hundreds of percentage. No, it movements up. However, XRP regularly stays stagnant for a long term, then has a main circulate up, then stays stagnant, then a central flow up. That's what XRP does. It's what we always see. And Q4 was one of those instances where I had a large pass up. Now it is just consolidating. And President Trump's executive order marked an enormous shift, paving the manner for innovation and great growth within the US by way of calling for regulatory clarity through comprehensive rules and honest banking access for prison crypto agencies. Yeah, but let's just reflect on consideration on that once more. What did the executive order do? Well, it helped try to offer some growth for strong cash. It promoted the United States dollar sovereignty via lawful greenback backstable cash. I assume this is how they worded it. They're seeking to make certain that there may be fair access to banking offerings, that banks can custody crypto as nicely, which is big, and the banks can use crypto as nicely, that's big for XRP. They're trying to provide regulatory readability for cryptos in fashionable, right? Like, how are these going to be treated? We're not going to attempt to lead by enforcement. We're going to sincerely work with those groups, right? We're not going to begin by way of slapping you with a first rate. We're going to begin through having a verbal exchange. They're additionally going to prevent CBDCs inside the US. They're also looking at creating a strategic crypto reserve. We additionally have the SEC 2.0 that is now looking to provide that clarity, which we talked about earlier, that however it truly is the real SEC as nicely, that's trying to look for readability and work with those organizations. There's a collection in the Senate. I want to mention this is looking into digital assets as properly, like the whole lot's modified. The government orders by means of President Trump have changed loads. And this impacts XRP perhaps more than any other crypto except Bitcoin, because it is in a completely long lawsuit with the SEC. Ripple has been. They additionally say the demand for XRP merchandise persisted on a nice trajectory as WisdomTree and CoinShares filed an S1 for a spot XRP ETF, joining 3 different ETF issuers, including Bitwise, Canary Capital, and 21 shares. So there might be spot ETFs available, which makes it way easier to shop for XRP. There are a variety of humans that do not feel cushy making a new account. It sounds crazy to quite a few humans. There are some people that just need to undergo their banking, institutional, and their monetary marketing consultant. They do not want to installation, new money owed. They do not want to provide out their private statistics. They don't need to attach their bank bills. It's both too daunting, or they, simply don't experience enough with it or do not care enough. But when you may purchase it at once in your brokerage account, whilst you could call your monetary marketing consultant and say, buy $100,000 of this for me, there are some people which can be willing to do this. And you can also, a lot simpler, a good deal more without problems, put it into retirement debts as properly, which some human beings need the tax advantages of that. Now, I'm going to scroll through this, but I guess we will hit on a bit at the start. The final sector of 2024 marked a turning factor for crypto markets, sparking optimism for a new technology, a boom of the enterprise, particularly within the US. Following President Trump's victory, markets centered on how the Fed could navigate interest rates, wary of triggering inflation. The Fed's cautious technique contributed to a solid environment, which coincided with a huge rally throughout global markets, along with crypto. Obviously, crypto surged loads, 280% advantage in Q4, and a whole lot of this become due to the concept technique that the SEC lawsuit will possibly be achieved soon. On January 15th, SEC filed its commencing quick in its enchantment. As expected, the SEC's appeal changed into a rehash of arguments which have already failed in court. Notably, Ripple has requested the SEC to delay the submitting of their opening quick thinking about the forthcoming leadership adjustments, but the SEC refused. So they are like conserving on saying, no, we will now not push this lower back. But yet now we've got a far more seasoned crypto SEC, so we'll have to preserve to watch. Ripple will officially reply to this quick on April 16 and looks ahead to running with new SEC leadership. They move into the season, the generation of pro-innovation regulation in the US. What I really need to scroll all the way down to became XRP within the markets. Look at this. XRP realized volatility frequently declined during the first half of Q4, 2.4, touching 40% in early November. Volatility picked up after the presidential election, constantly growing to 12 months highs of around 200%, earlier then correction to 160%. So volatility spikes up on XRP, and it is truly thrilling. Like, again, like I said earlier, there'll be no change in fee for months, it looks as if, or years, after which it spikes up a couple 100%. And this is consistent cycle after cycle. Also, there has been a ton of quantity on XRP. Like, have a look at this. This is the cease of Q4, 2024 figures. XRP, the 7-day ADV, or average everyday extent, was about $1. 9 billion, that is greater than something. But Ethereum and Bitcoin, and have a look at that for any of these time frames. It's more than everything. However, Bitcoin and Ethereum, it's more than Solana, DOT, ADA, BNB. Also, the XRP spot change extent just spiked up a large quantity, as much as $25 billion in sooner or later. The spot traded quantity spiked up a ton. The use of XRPL, the XRP ledger, spiked up lots as nicely.